Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I'm Nidhi Taneja. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 16th of November. 4 killed in suicide bomber attack in Kabul. Winter session of Indian Parliament begins with debate on demonetization of currency notes. And residents in Gilgit Baltistan continue to reel under severe power crisis. And now for all the details. The winter session of the Indian Parliament commenced on Wednesday with several issues on cards. The first day witnessed a fiery debate between the government and opposition on abolishment of Rs 500 and 1000 notes from circulation.
The Indian Parliament reconvened for its winter session on Wednesday, which is said to be a stormy one as the opposition looks forward to debate with the government on a range of issues. While the government is eyeing for the passage of bills crucial for the rollout of the landmark Goods and Services Tax or GST reform, Prime Minister Narendra Modi hoped for fruitful deliberations.
इस सत्र में भी बहुत ही अच्छी चर्चा होगी, सभी विषयों पर चर्चा होगी, दलों की अपनी राजनीतिक सोच के आधार पर भी होगी, सामान्य नागरिक की अपेक्षा और आवश्यकताओं के संदर्भ में भी होगी, सरकार की जो सोच है उस पर भी होगी.
The main issues that are likely to dominate the winter session are demonetization of the large currency notes, surgical strikes by the army across the line of control, security situation in Jammu and Kashmir, and one rank, one pension scheme, among others. The session will go on till December 16, when all eyes will be on the political development.
In an encounter between security forces and terrorists in Baramulla district of India's northern Jammu and Kashmir province, one policeman was killed on Wednesday. The encounter is currently underway.
One policeman of the Special Operation Group was killed after gunfight broke out between the security forces and terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir's Sopore town. Security forces launched a search operation based on a tip-off about the presence of militants in the area. The forces came under indiscriminate firing from the militants as they closed in on the area, said local media reports. There has been a spate of militant attacks in the region since India on September 29 conducted surgical strikes against terror launch pads across the LOC.
Moving on to news from Afghanistan, at least 4 security personnel were killed and 11 others wounded in a suicide attack in Kabul. There was no immediate claim of responsibility for the attack.
A suicide bomber on a motorbike targeted a vehicle carrying national security officials in Afghan capital Kabul. The attack took place near the Defence Ministry compound in Pule Mahmud Khan area.
موقعیت موږ ته نه معلومېده چې موټر بم و چې او کیسه وخت انفجار وشو د امبولانسونو غږ ډیر راغی په هغه ساحې ته موږ نږدې ورنغلو د پولیس لخوا نه پرېښودل کېدلو.
The attack highlights the worsening security situation in Afghanistan, particularly after the NATO forces formally ended its combat mission in the country in 2014. Last week, 4 people were killed and 128 others wounded when a suicide bomber drove a truck loaded with explosives into the German consulate in the northern city of Mazar-e-Sharif.
Long hours of load shedding have become a common feature for the people of Gilgit Baltistan. The situation worsens, especially during the winter month, as temperatures plummet as low as -15 degrees Celsius.
Gilgit Baltistan is rich in mineral reserves required for generation and supply of electricity, but its potential remains untapped. Lack of political will and investment in the power sector are the two primary reasons for rampant load shedding and increased dependency on liquefied petroleum gas or LPG. People avoid using generators due to high petrol prices.
यहाँ पे ये सूरत हाल है, एक तो बिजली होती भी नहीं है, अगर आए तो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 1 घंटा 1.5 घंटे के लिए आती है, 6 घंटे के बाद कोई 1 घंटे के लिए 1.5 घंटे के लिए, ये सूरत हाल है। बिजली तो है ही नहीं बिल्कुल ही। इक़दामात हो सकते अगर करे गवर्नमेंट तवज्जो दे, लेकिन गवर्नमेंट ही ज़ीरो है, हमारा सूबाई जो गवर्नमेंट है, अगर ये कर सके तो कर सकते हैं। यहाँ पे अगर बिजली घर लगाए पूरे यानी पाकिस्तान को बिजली दे सकते हैं ये लोग।
Locals allege that in the absence of political will and trained experts, it seems unlikely that governance in the region will see any improvement. With power outages lasting nearly 18 hours a day, students have a hard time studying in the dark while household chores cannot be attended.
बिजली न होने की वजह से कारोबारी सारा सत्यानाश ख़त्म है। यहाँ पे इंडस्ट्रीज तो बहरहाल नहीं है, छोटे छोटे जो कारोबार है, जिसका किसी का वर्कशॉप हो गया, किसी का वेल्डिंग का हो गया, ये सारे रो रहे हैं। बिजली है ही नहीं, जनरेटर पे वो चला नहीं सकते, पेट्रोल महंगा है। इसी चक्कर में यहाँ कारोबार बहुत मुतासिर है, बिल्कुल ही न होने के बराबर।
The power crisis in the illegally occupied region is likely to intensify in the coming months and make life worse for the people. Crumbling power structure in Gilgit Baltistan is compounding the troubles of the beleaguered people who have been fighting for their basic rights for decades now.
Known as the land of rising sun, India's northeastern Arunachal Pradesh province is home to some of the most magnificent Himalayan ranges. People recently converged in the Mechuka Valley to witness a 3-day-long festival promoting culture and adventure tourism.
People from across the country flocked India's northeastern Arunachal Pradesh province to witness the Mechuka Adventure Festival. Adventure sports like rock climbing, rappelling, angling for snow trout, paramotor, horse riding and bullet riders were promoted at the event. Locals also displayed their art and creations. The festival offered a view to the region's rich culture with an eclectic mix of traditional music, dance, food and much more. Tribals of Mechuka Valley dressed up in vibrant traditional costumes and enthralled the audience with their dance performances.
अरुणाचल का जो हमारा जो टूरिज्म का लॉट ऑफ थीम्स सो अरुणाचल एक ऐसा जगह है जहाँ में वी कैन हैव अ लॉट ऑफ एडवेंचर एक्टिविटीज़ आई कीप सेइंग मेचुका इज़ अ ब्यूटीफुल प्लेस लेकिन यहाँ पे लोग आएंगे एक दिन देखा 2 दिन सुंदरता तो देख लिया तो उसके बाद क्या करेंगे तो वी वांट टू होल्ड देम फॉर अनदर वीक और सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट द एडवेंचर एक्टिविटीज़ विच विल बिकम द पार्ट एंड पार्सल ऑफ द टूरिज्म एक्टिविटी हियर इन दिस वैली.
Mechuka is unique for its tourism potential and draws global tourists for adventurous sports. Tourism and hydro resources are the key sectors that generate revenue for Arunachal Pradesh.
India's rich history and culture is best reflected through its festivals. A unique festival depicting the love tale of Lord Krishna was held in the northeastern Tripura province.
Devotees in India's northeastern Tripura province gathered at a temple to celebrate the festival of Maharas. The festival is dedicated to Lord Krishna's love for goddess Radha. Dressed in the traditional attire, girls dance around the idols of the deities, enacting as friends of goddess Radha. They sang devotional songs throughout the night.
$218 साल चल रहा है. ये पहला 1758 ख्रीष्टाब्दे महाराज भाग्यचंद्र महाराज जे मणिपुर का जो महाराजा और का लड़की हरिशेश्वरी उसका साथ त्रिपुरा का महाराजा द्वितीय राजदर का संबंध होगा, विवाह संबंध। यह से अभी तक चल रहा है ये महाराज रासलीला उत्सव।
The legend goes that after her marriage, Tripura's queen brought the idols to Manipur, thus establishing a deep cultural bond between the two kingdoms. The dance symbolizes the rich history and traditions of the Manipuri community.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude the top stories once again. 4 killed in suicide bomber attack in Kabul. Winter session of the Indian Parliament begins with debate on demonetization of currency notes. And residents in Gilgit Baltistan continue to reel under severe power crisis. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.